So we have, in a way, to what we were speaking earlier, but we have a tzivui, a commandment to believe in God, right? How can you command me to believe in God? What do you mean to believe in God?
You have to work for that.
Not only work for that, but what does it mean? I have to believe in God. It's a crazy commandment. You know, like, it's like, for example, if I would tell you, you have to like sour candy. Man, I don't like sour candy. Or, you have to like meat. I don't like meat. What do you mean command me to do that? How can you make me do that? So there is a very interesting halacha, a very interesting mitzvah. It comes out of the Ten Commandments, straight. Again, the Ten Commandments are made into the Big Ten, but I don't really regard it like this. The Ten Commandments are just like any other commandment in there. However, there is a mitzvah that starts everything. That's why we refer to it like this. And it's one particular mitzvah. Where's, what's his name? Alex. That's right. The mitzvah is basically not a mitzvah. What's the first commandment out of the 10? No, really?
I am one God. I am God.
I am God, period. Ani Hashem Elokecha. That's the mitzvah. That's what it is? Yes, Ani Hashem Elokecha. Then it says, Lo yu lecha Elokim acherim. What does it mean, Ani Hashem? It's a mitzvah zot. When a person sees HaKadosh Baruch Hu, ksheroeh, and you see the mitikut, you're dwelling into it, you see the level of greatness and kindness that HaKadosh Baruch Hu does with everybody in this world. You first have to acknowledge HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Yesh Elokim, Ani Hashem Elokecha, I am it. That statement by itself should be enough to bring you, and that was the whole inyan of the Avot. How the Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov kept all the mitzvot before Matan Torah, they didn't receive the Torah. Just by the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu revealed himself to Avraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov was enough for them to do actions that led them to the point of they kept everything. The first commandment, Ani Hashem Elokecha, would have been enough for us to do all the mitzvot. All the mitzvot would have been enough for us, again, to do all the mitzvot without saying anything. We would have made a roof by ourselves, and we would have made mafrashat chala and brit milah. There's no need to say it. When you, for example, marry a wife because you love her, or you have a child as a result of that love, does somebody need to tell you what's right and what's wrong? You know what's right and what's wrong. You know what you should or should not do. You know it. Why? Because it's obvious. Why did I marry this woman? Because I love her. So if I love her, you don't need to tell me not to go with other women, because why should I? I mean, what's the point of going with other women? I love this woman. Lo yeh lecha Elokim acherim is because we fail to understand our loyalty to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Listen carefully. We fail to understand the loyalty that we supposed to have towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When you put the ring on the girl, the rabbi tells you, listen, you have to make sure not to go with other girls, not to look at other women, not to do this, not to do that. You don't need to tell me that, I'm just marrying her. So are we. This would have been enough. And it is a tremendous lesson to understand when you're coming to do an Averah. When a person does an Averah, he is cheating on God. We become boged, traitors. He trusts you. In Hebrew, when a person cheats on her spouse, here in English we call it to cheat on. In Hebrew, the word that describes this action becomes much more severe. It's because Hebrew is associated with the Torah, with our relations with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. To cheat on your spouse, it's called livgod, boged, a traitor. So when a husband, chas v'shalom, cheats on his wife, he is a traitor. Why? Because he betrayed the trust in which they had. Ani Hashem Elokecha is staying loyal to what you had promised yourself to. Ani Hashem Elokecha, it's enough. I don't need anything else. I don't need lo yelecha elokim acherim. I don't really need the lo tignov, lo tirtzach, lo tinaf, don't lie, don't steal, and so on and so forth. Why? Because if I acknowledge that there is a Kadosh Baruch Hu, and a Kadosh Baruch Hu gives me what I need and gives him what he deserves, and so on and so forth, so I don't care what he has, I'm not going to steal it. That's obvious. You need to tell me not to steal, I know it. Why? Because Ani Hashem Elokecha. I don't need to look at his wife because Hashem gave me my wife. She's my other half. Why do I care? I don't need to lie. Why do I need to lie? You know that lying is an act of lack of emunah? I don't believe. That's why a parallel word to the Torah is emet. Saying the truth is believing in God. This is a tremendous lesson to learn. It's a tremendous, tremendous lesson to learn. It should be enough to say, I am God. I will keep Shabbat and Chagim and everything like this. It's okay, it's okay. And that is the concept of Naaseh. We'll do. It's okay. We'll do. That's why they say twice, we'll do, and the third time, Naaseh v'nishma. We'll do whatever it is. Don't worry about it. It's fine. You are Hashem. We're okay with it. We'll figure it out. But then we went down a level. Until today. We have to do this, and we have to meet this takana, and that ruling, and that understanding. We have to be stringent on this one, and stringent on the other one. Why? Because we fail to set the boundaries, and failing to set the boundaries is failing to acknowledge HaKadosh Baruch Hu in our world. Or should I say, how do we fit in His world? So think about this and everything that you do. And work. And wear it as a badge of honor. That one day you will be called Yerei Shamayim. One day you will be called Ish HaElokim, like Moshe Rabbeinu. And you know why Moshe Rabbeinu was called Ish HaElokim, man of God? Because it's a new concept by Judaism. Do you know why? Anybody knows why? Do you know why? Because you cannot be a man of God's. Because you cannot be a husband for 3 wives, or a wife for 3 husbands. You could be a man of only when you belong to one thing. So the concept of man of God could only be established when you acknowledge that there is one and there is a God. And that is something to work for and to be proud of. To one day be called a God-fearing man, not God's-fearing man. Lo yelecha elokim acherim comes from that. But don't you ever forget, Ani Hashem Elokecha. I am Hashem. And that should be enough. Great day.